So out of 12 months, 3 months are already done. One term already completed. There is result tomorrow. And how you have done, why do you need that one then? Which item is not needed, don't take out unnecessarily. Remember this thing. Minor thing you have to pay attention, okay? Alright, so class 8, here is class 8 document. We are discussing about biodiversity and environment, right? So, what have we discussed last time? Could you remember? Students, what did we discuss last time? Who can say? We were discussing about national efforts made for biodiversity conservation. Yes, we know there is problem in the field of biodiversity. They are degrading. Number has decreased a lot. Now what to do? Solution. If there is problem, there must be solution. So number one solution is from government side. What is established? One ministry is there. What is the name of that ministry? Ministry of Forest and Environment. So it is mainly responsible for conducting different programs. What are programs? Awareness of people, conservation of forest, wildlife, improvement of environment, etc. So it organizes many more seminars in hotels, or it may organize some programs in village areas because they are the local people. Local people must be aware. So objectives we discussed and major jobs also we discussed. I think in today's presentation, which presentation is today? Which presentation? Amrit's presentation. He is going to explain about non-governmental agencies, worldwide fund. Then next one is United Nations, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Next one, Global Environment Fund, National Trust for Nature Conservation, United Nations in the Environmental Program (UNEP), and next one, Education Institutions. So today we are going to complete up to this, and Sunday we will be discussing about sustainable development. Is that okay? So, without wasting time, let's welcome on the stage Amrit Kumal for presentation. Amrit's presentation, where is it? I don't know. When did you send your slide?
That is of Genis.
Then send.
This was of Genis. Namaskar and very warm good morning to you all. I am the member of Group A, and I am your friend Amrit Kumar, and I am going to present biodiversity, and the topic is non-governmental agency. Non-government agencies are involved in field of conservation and natural resources. Several nation and international government agencies are involved in the field of conservation involved in conservation and of natural resources and the environment. Some nation and international agency which conducts program and coordinates them with the government of Nepal. International Union for Conservation of Nepal, nature, IUCN, WWF, UNEP, WFAO, UNFPA, WCU, and TNC are the agency of non-governmental World Wildlife Fund or World WWF is an international non-governmental organization. It was established on 29 April 1961 AD. It works on issues such as conservation, research, and restoration of the environment. WWF opened its branch in Nepal in 1993 AD. International Union for Conservation of Nature (ICUN) was founded in 1941 AD as the first global environmental organization. It is the largest environmental organization. It opened its office in Nepal in 1994 AD. It conserves nature and natural resources. Global Environmental Fund Global Environmental Fund is an international non-governmental organization that invests in the sector of energy, environmental conservation, and natural resources. It was established in 1990 AD. National Trust for Nature Conservation. The National Trust for nature conservation is a national conservation of Nepal. It was established in 1982 AD. It works for nature conservation, biodiversity, and cultural heritage protection. United Nations Environmental Programme. UNEP is an international agency of the United Nation. It coordinates in environmental activities, assisting developing countries in implementing environmentally sound policies and practice. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Amrit. So actually, we have to remember last time we have discussed up to governmental agency, right? So from government side also there are different organizations which are responsible for conserving biodiversity, and from non-governmental side also there are many. Actually, we call them either NGO or INGO. NGO, what is the full form of NGO? National Governmental Organization, and INGO is International Governmental Organization. So you mentioned here many more like IUCN, WWF, UNEP, WFAO, UNFPA, WCU. These all are international governmental organizations. They do not belong to ours, right? Though they are private, but from international side. And here NTNC, this is non-governmental organization of Nepal. Okay, so what do they do? Their main focus is to conserve biodiversity, and the oldest one is International Union for Conservation of Nature. This was the organization which was established for the first time in 1948, and it has many more branches in different countries in Nepal also, and they are mainly responsible for these people. This organization is responsible for conservation of plants and animals, whose number is in decreasing order. Right. Next one is here. You can see the logo. Logo is here with the giant panda. Nepal also there is panda, but it is called red panda, red color. They say havre. That is smaller in size. But this giant panda, where is it found? In China. It is found in China, right? So its picture is kept in worldwide fund. When was it established? 1961, and it is responsible for conservation, research, and restoration of environment. Next one is Global Information Fund, GEF. GEF. When was it established? When was it established? 1990 AD. So it is mainly responsible for the improvement of sectors like energy, environmental conservation, and natural resources. Your energy means, remember, especially either hydroelectricity or wind electricity. From air also we can produce electricity. From sun, solar energy also we can produce electricity, isn't it? So this organization is responsible for those activities. It focuses on mainly renewable sources of energy, but sometimes it may focus on non-renewable also, right? And what is next one? Our NGO, Nepal's NGO is National Trust for Nature Conservation. When was it established? 1982. So it is responsible for conservation of nature, biodiversity, and cultural heritage. Last time we are going to visit botanical garden. Did you go to botanical garden? All they have gone. Class 7 also they went, right? Yeah, that botanical garden is under NTNC. So it has separated some places for conservation of nature and natural resources. And what is next one here? UNEP, United Nations Environmental Program. From here, what type of question can be asked? Write the full form of number one. And when was that organization established? And what is its major objective? For what purpose it is established? These three things you have to remember. So full form, United Nations Environmental Program, established in, established not given here, must be given 19. Yeah, I think it was missing here. And it is responsible for coordinating environmental activities, assisting developing countries in implementing environmentally sound policies and practices. I think that is all. So here is educational institutions. Is there next slide? Yeah. Which slide is there? Amrit, next slide is there? Okay, let me check this one, whether he has got next slide or not. Because there is one saying, I think Amrit, I think his presentation is there. Amrit became very smart nowadays, right? Animation, I didn't find. Is there animation? Oh, if there is animation, then I'll down. Huh? Just a minute. Now you pause it, eh? Eunice. Once. You just. Oh, he's planning. Come, come. Okay, sir. Leave it.
So, hello everyone, as you all know, it's me Nirajan Shrestha, the group leader of Group A. So, today I have again made slide for the topic biodiversity and environment. So, now today I am going to handle this duty for presenting it. So, the first topic is about educational institutions. So, educational institutions. So, the topic is the unit is biodiversity and environment. So, the topic which is given educational institution, it mainly focuses for giving the knowledge to the poor people or the normal citizen of the Nepal who are not well educated, and this institution says the normal people about the uh, conservation of natural resources and environment by educating them, and it's written here that educational institutions also support conservation of natural resources and environment by educating people. They have included the topics related to nature, natural resources, and environmental balance in the uh, uh, so, so if it is written here, it will be easy. So of school education. So it's these educational institutions. So some organizations are there which helps the normal people from the poor places. So this type of educational institution, which organization helps to build up schools or any place where the normal people or the people who are not educated can study, and it's taught about the how to support the conservation of natural resources, how to prevent from natural disasters or natural biodiversity degradation. So the next slide is about. So it's given about sustainable development. So it is given about two term. So it's sustainable and development. So sustainable development is the two term that defines that the development must be done in a proper way, not in a haphazard way. So it says that human beings construct different development structures to make their life easier. It's true, we all human beings want to make our life easier and make our lifestyle better. So for that purpose, many of the scientists and great inventor had invent and developed many structures which helps us in our daily life for sure. If these structures are constructed in such way that they have less negative effect on the environment and can be used for a long time, it is called sustainable development. So if the inventions, so we know about the cars which are old and produce more smoke, so they are not the sustainable development because they harm the environment by the smoke, harmful smoke they produce. So we can for some example we can talk about Tesla. So it is an electric car. So it doesn't produce much smoke, but it uses electricity for running. So it is also a type of sustainable development. So it doesn't hamper the environment, but it helps to develop the environment. So similarly, if our development structures destroy forest and wildlife, degrade the environment, we cannot survive on the earth. So it says that if the inventions that are made by the scientists or the people, then and they give harmful effects to our nature, so it is not a part of sustainable development, but it gives the invitation for the destruction, which may lead to no any survivable of people on earth. The next slide is about importance of sustainable development. So just now we studied about sustainable development. By this introduction, we have already got some idea about it. So now it's given that sustainable development is very important for us and for the future generation as well. The necessity of sustainable development is summed up in the following points. So not only for the generation of our, but the future generation which is going to come, we is also being prepared for this sustainable development. So sustainable development helps to keep all the type of non-renewable resources or the types of biodiversity components for the long-term use. So for the availability of natural resources to all, yes, to provide all the natural resources in a sufficient amount to every normal citizen of the country, sustainable development is important. For long-lasting use of natural resources, so we all know that natural resources are the gift that are given us by nature. For it is our gift, so we must use it in a proper way. So sustainable development helps to keep it for a long-lasting term. So to balance the environment, sustainable development helps to balance the environment by managing the number of all the organisms or all the type of components of biodiversity in a managed way. So to minimize the use of natural resources, which helps to control over exploitation of natural resources. So sustainable development helps to not misuse the natural resources in a wrong way. So to minimize the degradation of air, water and land. If sustainable development is done, then the environmental pollution, which is rising up more and more right now, so the degradation of air, water and land can be again reduced like as before. Okay, sir. So thank you. Have a nice day. You guys all.
Children, give a big round of applause for this Amrit Kumar. Because he has made many more slides. That's great, right? So group A, I think they might have done all works together. Group B, I think you all belong to next chapter, right? What is the chapter? Life process. It is a bit long chapter, so there are many more persons. Commander, so you just give them duty, and just give them duty to present also, and give a big round of applause for Nirajan as usual. He has given best presentation. So just now, just now, two things are discussed, right? Number one, educational institution. See, we are studying about biodiversity and environment. So in upper classes also, like in 9, 10, 11, 12. In 9 and 10, there is one book, Environment Science. What is the name? So it deals about different type of environments, how to conserve. And in plus 2 level also there is environment science. That means it is taught in school level and college level also. How to minimize the problem of degradation of biodiversity. What is the reason and solution? Next one is sustainable development. Yes, you are talking about those electric cars. Now people they are talking about electric cars, hydrogen cars, or solar cars also. So they are going to phase out. Phase out means not using these fossil fuel vehicles, because fossil fuel vehicles are the main cause of air pollution. When there is air pollution, there is water pollution, soil pollution, right? Because one pollution is connected with another one. So for that we have to focus on sustainable development. While constructing building also we have to bring such type of building which is earthquake proof. Proof means safe from earthquake. Previously they used to make very tall buildings and base was very weak and many houses they fell down on it. Now they have made some rules and regulations. What type of pillar should be there? What type of underground structure should be made? Right? And there must be inspection. Understood or not? That is also a kind of sustainable development. Next, here are some objectives of sustainable developments. What is the number one? For the ability of natural resources to all. All must be able to get natural resources. Next one is for long-lasting use of natural resources. If we use all natural resources right now or in this time, then what will the next generation do? Nothing. They will suffer on it. That's why we have to use natural resources, but we have to keep them their status more or less same for our future generation also. To balance the environment, to minimize the use of natural resources, which helps to control over exploitation of natural resources and to minimize the degradation of air, water, and land. So, this sustainable development, this word was used by one commission, Brundtland Commission, in 1987 AD. So, Brundtland was the Prime Minister of Norway. Under her chairmanship, they presented some articles how to maintain the status of natural resources. Brundtland Commission. Okay. So what will happen? Remaining will be discussed next day. We have got near about 3-4 minutes left. At first, read the same portion and then note making. Is that clear? Only completed up to sustainable development? I think it's not completed. I checked one this Shrawan is copy whether completed or not. She was in uh, education institutions. Still some other works are left. Please continue, and I will do my work. I have to take the copy as well. Okay. Please continue.